So today we have my boy Chap Lord Ross getting pressed, but I wouldn't even say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess old boy's manager wanted him to leave they little section or whatnot, but I guess, my boy done made a couple of videos. You know how brother be going about making his videos, man. He be going in the full depth. I actually had the honor of meeting bruh at the No Jumper auditions for the new host, and we actually got a podcast in after that. So that was pretty cool. He's a cool cat. We did have a few exchanges of words for sure. When it came to me and Brandon's little play scuffle or whatnot, he was trying to argue me down. But I will say, my brother, you need me there. Why? Because as soon as that man would have said what he said, I would have had to pull the Brandon Slayer out on his ass. As soon as that nigga would have said, oh yeah, we about to step outside so we could talk about Mac it, fire off. Oh yeah, you got to get out of art, fire off. You know what I'm saying? I would have sent brother on a smooth flight back to France. He'd have been back over, out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, come holla at me, Ross, so we can get out in the field. Everybody knows that I'm the newest, hottest street interviewer. You know what I'm saying? With the best energy. And yeah, man, I'm coming for that. So next time you outside, man, holla at your boy. I was supposed to be there, I'm not gonna lie, but it was my birthday weekend. I did something with my lady and a couple of close friends. But from here on out, I'm not missing no more streaming events. Let's check this out, man, and see what happened.
I got pressed by Central.
No, Central was cool. It was his manager. His manager hates me.
So Trap Lord Ross actually met Central Cee in real life on Academic.
I think that's the, we can go band for band. No, we can go in for M. I think that's brother. I don't know, but they might be from the same section. I know they both from London. I think they sound the same.
And this wasn't on purpose. They came across each other and it went left. And people around Central Cee are not happy with Trap Lord Ross. We'll get into more of that. But obviously he made that documentary where he criticized Central Cee a lot. It was 3 hours long.
He don't got no beef with you.
Squash the beef, man. Can we squash the beef, or is it?
Never have beef, man.
Are you sure?
Never have beef.
Come on, man.
Exactly. It's not no beef. Trap, you got to understand, it took me a little minute to understand, brother, especially coming into like this content space. Like, everybody is really not malicious, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to their opinions, but I can say how bro be going about it sometimes. It just be giving police vibes. It gives like swamp story vibes sometimes if a nigga be trying to dictate or say if a nigga's with the business or not. Like, you don't know what that nigga be doing or really what's really going on. You just going off the he say, she say type shit, and it can be offensive, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to expect that type of energy when you run into somebody, especially if you made a 3-hour video talking about a motherfucker.
Bro, I said your album was the best UK album that was ever dropped.
I heard you.
No, he just say you got to do a little bit more research. You say you're not, the facts ain't there yet.
Hey, I need to get clued up, man. You need to fill in the gaps and let me know what I missed.
No, it's not his job to fill in the gaps. If you go be commentating, see, that's the thing. Like, and if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. But you can't be commentating on a motherfucker for 3 hours and not know what the hell is going on. That's kind of crazy.
Don't fill in the gas. That's the point. No, well,
I said you do me a favor.
Oh, you say you do him a favor.
Hey, look,
So the guy about to inject now is YBs. He cares the most about what Trap Lord Ross had said and criticized Central Cee, basically saying he's not authentic. He leapfrogged over a lot of rappers with the persona, the night tech, and everything. YBs is the manager. He's only just recently done a face review. He used to wear the mask and stand alongside Central, but this is what was said.
Hey, listen, what makes you think you coming and speak like that?
I mean, I thought I was just saying what's up.
You just saying what's up. Nah, he good.
Just saying what's up. How is it?
Obviously, if Trap is coming over there to say what's up, he doesn't have an issue. Look at brother. Look at brother smiling, bruh. Look at bruh. He like, yeah, I know this nigga about to get pressed. He already know how his money get down.
Get the fuck out of the beef, bro.
Yeah, see, Ross, that's when you call me. As soon as the nigga, like, he was cool when he would say, hey, man, can you get out the booth? Like, I can do that energy. But once the nigga would have said, get the fuck out the booth, fire off, for sure. Get the fuck out the booth, man. He wouldn't even have been able to say, man. Once he would have said, get the fuck, Fire off. Okay.
Get out, bro. Relax, man. Go outside the booth, and I'll come outside and I'll talk to you outside the booth. Get out the booth.
Is that what it is?
As soon as he would have said that, fire off. Book it.
This was some sort of clothing or sneaker event. You can see the Sinner logo up in the corner. So Trap Ross is in the spot where Central Cee and his team are. And to be fair, he stands his ground, but he has got his own security, Trap Ross, beside him in this situation, which made him feel a lot more comfortable.
Take yourself out the booth. Take him out the booth. You ain't got nothing. Take him out. I got it.
I'm hollering you.
Take the guy out of here, bro. Bro, get out of my booth, bro.
With him?
Let him go. Go, bro. Go with him, bro. Get out of my booth, bro. Get out of my booth. Hurry up, bro.
Hey, good to see you, man.
He doing too much. The artist ain't even tripping. So what you tripping for? You know what I'm saying? You act like he was saying something crazy towards you. You would think.
No, it is.
Huh?
You see me.
You chill.
I make the music.
Yeah.
I run a business, so I can watch things from a different standpoint. But you see, when
Remo, what's poppin'?
you see certain people, obviously,
Yeah.
you do the same thing. You do the same thing.
Yeah,
It's a similar thing.
I know
but
them vibes, you know?
It's like when you're speaking about whatever.
Trap Ross has already been on a few of the bigger platforms out in the US like Vlad TV, where he explained exactly his situation with Central Cee. He knew there was tension there and he's gone over and spoke to Central Cee. He still approached him to try and sort this out.
Okay. Which is, you did a post, you said, don't get me wrong, 10 out of 10 album, one of the best to hold the mic in the UK, but it's based on a persona that other people lived. Maximum artistry.
See, that's where you fuck up, because how could you say that? How do you know? Just because a person grow up in a certain area does not mean that they ain't about what they talking about or they ain't experienced what they talking about. Because I hear that shit a lot when motherfuckers get to speaking on San Diego and they never been there, they never lived in the Southeast. When they think of San Diego, they thinking of La Jolla's and all these other areas that's, you know, nice and beautiful and where the money is at. But bro, it's areas everywhere. I don't underestimate nobody in nobody's section. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to pull a trigger. It's easy to whoop a nigga ass, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter what jurisdiction you come from, you know what I'm saying? You can meet your maker.
Minimum authenticity.
Yeah.
That's pretty harsh.
No, I feel like that is hard. That's the thing is, I feel like at the time, I feel like I was on a thing of almost like, so okay, here's the thing. Central Cee has basically taken over the UK rap industry. You can't say anything bad about Central Cee. No one wanted to talk about my video when it dropped. Central Cee's just done the Met Gala. Every page in the UK is posting it, glazing Central Cee. Oh my God, I can't believe he's at the Met Gala. This guy is the biggest genius. He's the GOAT of the UK rap scene, the biggest and best to ever do it.
It sound like you hate, and I ain't even gonna lie.
Central Cee there's no one that's had more recognition that I can think of right now. The stuff he's doing in America, he's becoming big over there. But
is brother white or is he mixed or something? He don't look like your average Caucasian. It look like he might have some nigga in him. You know what I'm saying?
what Trap said on his problem with him.
And it's like, I feel like there's this almost like Central Cee mania. And so for me, I almost felt like I had to stand up and just say some harsh truths because like no one else in the scene is going to say this stuff. And he's really kind of like leapfrogged over a lot of really great artists that I feel like maybe didn't get the shine or the career buzz that they deserved. It is kind of harsh, but it's true.
But why are you hating, bro? This is the problem that we had when we was talking. Like, you be low-key, you be having some valid points, but you be low-key giving hater vibes, Ross. I ain't even gonna lie. If everybody's fucking with it, why do you want to be the one to come out of nowhere and say, oh, no, you're not. It's your harsh truth, but you can't speak for everybody. And just because you don't agree or you don't like it, that don't mean that nigga ain't him. And he putting on for your jurisdiction, so what's the problem? I don't get it.
It's not authentic. Like he kind of put on the Nike Tech as a costume, and then later on backtracked and said, "Oh, I'm the one that made the Nike Tech hot in the US, bro. You didn't make the Nike Tech hot."
Oh yeah, cap. I agree. I didn't know brother said that. He tripping. And I ain't never heard of this nigga, man. Niggas been on Nike Tech. We don't look for the UK for shit. When it come to like fashion, when it comes to designer and shit, yeah, y'all got that. But like when it come to like streetwear and shit, hell nah, bro. And even when it come to y'all fashion, when it come to designer, like we put that shit on way different than how y'all wear it. On God.
I think this situation hit home towards his team, Centra's team, a lot more because Trapler Ross has a good following in America. He's from the UK, but predominantly he makes the American type content. So it was a little bit of recognition from a UK source to say that this guy is not the truth, he's not authentic. It damaged that much more.
You're not the one that, you didn't make Nike Techs hot in the US. Like, let's not be crazy. Like, let's look at any number of Bronx drill rappers that were jumping around in Nike Techs before you was even making.
I agree. For sure, capping. For sure. Nigga, we was wearing that shit. I ain't even gonna hold you out here when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old nigga. So, nigga, when we was wearing this shit, you was probably in elementary, kindergarten type shit. This nigga tripping.
Music.
I mean, would you say that Central Cee is where he is because of that Drake freestyle?
No.
Really? So Drake was already on a wave that Central Cee, basically jumped on a wave that Central Cee was already on?
100%. Okay. Central Cee was absolutely booming, killing it in the UK before the Drake.
That was the first time I really heard of Central Cee.
Really? Oh, see, that's the thing, because in the UK, it's like, bear in mind.
I'm guilty of it. I did it in this video. There's a massive thing about Central Cee cracked America. I do agree with that. People keep saying it, but I would say Central Cee has cracked it globally. If you look at some of the stuff he's done abroad and the other features he had, America is one.
That's brother? Who the fuck is that? That's bro? How bro go from that to some gangster shit? This look like some Blink 182 type of time.
Massive market. Hip hop is huge over there, but it's also embraced globally. And I think that's what Centra's done. It's more of a global impact that we can talk about rather than just cracking America, because people have at different levels done that in the past, being a UK artist. I think because this wasn't premeditated or a planned situation that I'm aware of, Central Cee was kind of put on the spot here, and after he was saying he does care but he doesn't about the whole criticism online. He's got his own life and stuff outside the Central Cee brand. This was an attack on the brand but not him personally. He's basically saying he separates himself from it.
That's real. I've got two lives. This is not even two lives. I've got one life. I live my life, and then I've got a business. If you lot are talking bad on my business, obviously I get it though. Maybe I'm lying, man. There's some days, but not really though, man. Nine times out of 10, bro, I'm telling you, I don't. It's nothing to me. You're only talking about my business. You're not talking about me.
Sometimes people around me will see something online and they're more mad than me.
My people are always, that's the story of my life.
And then they'll tell you like, yo, you seen this? And you're like, yeah, he's just talking, but they're like, fuck this guy, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to be a superstar, you have to be numb to criticism when you get to a certain level. You cannot fight and go around and poke at every single person that says anything bad about you online. You'll be fighting a losing battle. Trapler Ross made his documentary, is what it is, but I didn't think it would affect the team.
I look at it like this, like if Trapler even takes the time to make a video about you, whether if it's positive or negative, that's a good thing. That means you're doing something right, because he don't even commentate on shit that's not even lit. You know what I'm saying? So look at it as a good thing. And then another angle you should look at it is he's popping in the US. So he's putting you on, and everything's promotional. So regardless, like I said, if it's good or bad, people in the US are seeing you. You getting more exposure, bro. So I would just look at it like that.
Because when you're an artist of that level, you get criticized every day that your music's bad, you're inauthentic. It's not just Trapler Ross. There's been a lot of criticism against Centr over the years. Trapler Ross, with this documentary, he did a bit to promote it when he was doing the comparison to 6ix9ine, and I think,
oh yeah, he out of pocket. See, I'm trying to play devil's advocate, and I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? But Trapler be doing some shit, and I've been in the room with brothers saying some shit, man.
Recently he said something about he's having a identity crisis of how his image is. There's been a few more follow-up things, not just the documentary, that Trapler Ross has kind of poked at Centr. After on the stream as well, Academics caught back up with Trapler Ross, and he carried on basically saying about the Digga D situation and how Digga's one of the biggest gangsters, and was saying that Central Cee's team wanted to stage this beef with Digga to promote their profile more.
But listen, it's all about, like, in West London, okay, there's a whole bunch of gangs that have crazy beef. You heard of Digga D?
Yes.
Digga D's like the biggest gangster in West London. Like, he's shot
is
people.
He a real gangster?
He shot someone in the face on paperwork.
You lying.
And got away with it. He blinded somebody, bro.
Really?
Bro. These guys, his gang CGM, they got hella bodies. They're Crips from West London, and that
Crips in West London. Shout out to California, man. And it be a lot of motherfuckers that be hating on it, but you know, if you know, you know.
basically the biggest box in West London. And I heard a story that basically said that Central Cee and his manager, when they decided to get into the street stuff, when they decided to get into the street music, they was basically like, yo, we need to have a beef with Digga D. This is going to be viral for us.
I never did actually think we'd see the moment that these two met. It was a free.
And then you still telling secrets and behind closed doors shit, and you wonder why you getting pressed, bro. You doing too much.
Our documentary, people were saying 4 or 5, all these numbers. It's a 3-hour documentary where he broke down how he was inauthentic and not really what he raps about, and they come across each other, and it was what I was expecting, that the team separated. Cench is not going to do anything at his level. YBZ's manager was doing what he's meant to here and protecting the brand. It could have been something that Trapler Ross confronted Central Cee with on the stream to just damage his reputation or anything. So it was,
after hearing the whole story, I do kind of agree, but I still would have fired off on bro. Okay. Just because I'm coming with brother. So whoever I come with is who I'm leaving with. And I feel like we getting disrespected. I'm firing off. I don't give a fuck. But we could have talked about it later.